Vita and this is Hippie Crow Hub. Welcome to another crafty week or day or every day. Moving on. Today we're gonna do a thrift flip. So I had these beautiful gorgeous dresses that I thrifted a little while ago, and I plan to do something with it because the textiles are great. I saw potential. I got them on the sale. Paid very little, but in a modern day now, some of these items are not quite flattering, so I'm gonna do something about it, and I'm just gonna guide you through what I plan to do first, and I'm also going to wear the dresses as it is, as to show before and after at the end of the video. So just to start, these two, okay, they're hanging on the rack. I'm not doing anything to it. They're beautiful as it is. It needs nothing done. It's gonna go on the rack. Okay, this beautiful thing, I love this. It's very, 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 very vintage. Okay, so now with the shoulder pads and long sleeves and this long length, it's just a little bit too much. It's just a little bit too vintagey, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove shoulder pads. I'm going to trim the length. I think it will look really cute because I love the top, I love the sleeves, I love the little ruching on the shoulder, so I don't want to do anything on the top, but I am going to take off some length so the dress is more like kind of like here, so it has a little more like cute vibe. So we'll do that. This one, okay, cute, but it just, something is just not too flattering as you wear it. So I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm gonna make a little top out of it, and the bottom part, I think I might make a top, like a flowy top, like a throw on with shoulder out kind of thing, like a beach cover up. But I might change my mind, I don't know, it might become a skirt. Who knows, but I feel like it has to be split. I love the textile, but just as the whole thing, it's not vibing me too much. Sorry, I just left my tea boiling. I gotta turn this off. Done. All right, this should go here, otherwise I'll get mixed up. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dress. You know, this kind of dress I remember, like, it's almost like my mom used to wear, and I think is really elegant and stuff. I'm not feeling shoulder pads too much. Also, this lace is a little bit like tired and a little bit discolored and old, so I want to remove this lace. And what I'm hoping to achieve from this, because the whole thing and this at the back is just gorgeous. What I want to do is I'm going to remove the sleeves generally, well, shoulder pads to start. You know what? Maybe I need to remove shoulder pads and see how it's vibing first. But if it's still looking funky, I'm going to cut out like this part. So it's like kind of like little narrow top here with a cutout on the side. So we'll see. When I start analyzing the stitches, then I know better how exactly I'm gonna do it, but something definitely needs to be done, because when I put it on, everything looks pretty, but the top and this is just looking a little bit like too old, you know, like vintage is cool, but when it's looking like a little too scrappy, that's when I need to change it up. Okay, this one, I really, really love this. So this, I see a potential as wearing like a long dress, or it can be worn as a duster, just like over some pants or jeans or shorts in summer. And I love the colors, and textile is super cute. And the one problem is that the underskirt is sticking out, and it's not supposed to, it's not a style. I think it's because the dress was washed, and sometimes the textiles slightly shrink differently, and that happens. So I'm going to cut out the inner textile quite higher up, so it's kind of like covering the bum, but then it's sheer underneath. So it's gonna be a very simple fix up, and the rest is perfect. All the buttons are there. It's just super sweet and simple. Okay, this one, I love this one because it's cotton, and it's got this like super hippie kind of vibes. So what I'm going to do, but just as it is, it's kind of looking a little bit boring. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to make a cotton top out of it, which white cotton top in summer with jeans, denim shorts, skirt, whatever you want to wear it with. Seriously, I'm a huge fan of simple white tank tops, white t-shirts. It goes with absolutely everything. Seriously, like who doesn't need a simple white t-shirt, especially when it's cotton and it's looking cute. And it's got this elastic here in the back, which I like, so I'm going to trim about here. And I am going to make the bottom part as a skirt. So also very simple vibes. And the last item for today, okay, so I thrifted this dress, and it looks like it's handmade by someone. Nobody knows who. There's no tag. It's just like a DIY kind of thing. It's executed nicely. It's quite wide, and when I put it on, it has a bit too much of like a giant baby vibe, and it has a bit too much of like kind of like pregnant but not pregnant situation. So also, but I see potential again if I split it in half right here to make like a nice little crop top, and this ribbons will stay on the top so it can be pulled back to slim the waist down in the required size. And the bottom, I'll just do a very simple little white skirt, which also for summer is such a cute little item. Cover up for beach or just daily life. You can wear it together or separately. So you get the idea. All of these are going to be tidied up and cleaned up, and I'm going to show the process how I do it. I'm going to film the before and after, how it looks on me, so you get the idea and you can see how the little change can really like bring out the best out of like the old clothing. And yeah, all right, let's get to work. Today I'm not like waking myself up. I've been awake for a while, and I'm trying not to drink coffee. I've done really good last week, and then on the weekend I went down the spiral of drinking coffee again, and that messed up my sleep. So now I'm like really trying not to drink coffee, but I'm like dragging myself. You know, the body needs to get used to it. But today especially, I feel like there's something in the air. Like I woke up, the first thing I did, lay down on the sofa and just laid there for like 10 minutes. I just couldn't do anything. My kids did exactly the same thing one by one without knowing. They came out, they were cranky, they dropped themselves on the sofa, and they were like, no, not today. So I think it's just maybe the moods and the vibes and the weather, it keeps changing. But hey, I gotta pull through because I don't want to leave this for the last day, so I start getting stressed out. So today is Tuesday on a filming day. The video is going to be out on a Monday, which gives me enough time to do all of that and editing and everything that needs to be done. All right, less talking, more doing. Okay, let's keep going. Alright guys, so all the cutting is done. I might have changed my mind with few items of how I am going to change it up, but I'll get to it. And so since I have a white yarn in the sewing machine already, I'm just gonna start with the white dresses because these are also super simple. Just need to finish off the bottom of the top and the top of the skirt. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Since this skirt is pretty wide, I'm going to rouge up a little bit the very back, and then after I will do like a simple elastic work around it. Okay, so I have these flowers right on where I should be folding the textile, and it's gonna bulk up a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the top, just the top of the flowers, which is a shame. They're very pretty, but otherwise it will just be really uncomfortable and bulky, because I got a double fold. So all my sewing is done. There's few bits that I scrapped out and I didn't film the whole thing because my camera ran out. Also, one item became like a huge blooper, so I had to spend a necessary long time to figure out how to go around it. So I just turned off the camera because that would have been like an hour of absolute nothing. So I didn't want that. But I'm going to show right now all the items like this on the hanger, and I'm gonna explain what I did exactly, just in case the camera wasn't picking up all the little details as I was just filming my process of sewing. Yeah, so let me start with this one. This one, because it was in the end a little bit of a blooper. So I love this textile and I love the colors, and I really just want to wear it like a little like a duster kind of thing in summer. I think this is going to be like a one summer fling for myself. This is not going to go in the rack. So what happened with this? So when I cut out the inside of a textile here, and then I folded the bottom to stop it from fraying, and after I finished the sewing and I put it on, it just had this weird like bumping out, and the underskirt was like sticking out, and it was just not looking cute at all. It was pulling the textile, this textile in a weird way, and I was like, I gotta do something about it. Then I tried to stitch like a straight line all the way across here just to press down this whole textile thing so it's not bumping. So I did that. That didn't work. That was a disaster. Then I had to take it apart, and this textile is really thin, so it was just like a nightmare to do it. So then I decided to entirely remove that inner liner, and I cut it all out, and then I sewed the bits, and I couldn't completely take all the stitches apart because then it would have been a whole other nightmare to sew it back together. So I did the best I could. So here, as you can see, there's a little remains of that, and I just did like a straight line stitch on top. So it's not like ideal, it's a little bit messy. Like here, like it just got a little ruched up. I don't know why. Maybe I pulled the textile in a funny way. Anyway, so my vision and my dream got crushed with this one, but you gotta move on and just use it as it is. Like I said, I'm still gonna wear it just like on jeans and a little top, like a little duster for summer or for beach cover up. I definitely not for sale because this is just silliness. But like I said, unless you're gonna come close and analyze these little bits, no one's gonna notice. So yeah, you know, I wanted it to be better than what it turned out to be. But hey, all the other projects are super successful and cute. Okay, so let me move on. Here, this dress, oh my God. So I removed those laces, and you know, the laces originally looked cute and nice, but the problem is that when you look from closer up, it's kind of like discolored, and it was just looking like an old bra on top of the dress. So I cut out these, and I thought maybe just a plain dress will be nice, but then these white lines were kind of like yay and nay. So I added a fringe just here, and I thought I'm gonna do a fringe right there too, but then as I pinned it together, it didn't look great at all. So I left these little white lines here in the bottom, which kind of looks like a little cute accent, and the fringe I'm obsessed with. I also took out the shoulder pads. This is already a thickened textile, and I said that I was thinking of cutting it off completely, the sleeves, but then when I decided to improvise with this fringe, I really like started to see it as a very cool kind of cowboy-ish, a little bit country vibes. And after I removed the shoulder pads, it started to look really nice on the shoulders. It was just hugging like cute, like a t-shirt. I also removed this back drape. It was just this huge textile at the back that's hanging, and every time you put it on, you have to like try to like put it all, tuck it in like a baby bib in your back. So I cut it out. And yeah, so this dress turned out to be really sweet and cute. I totally love it. I love this little sweet accent. And you know what you need with this dress is good old pair of cowboy boots. Oh my God, and they're so trendy and in, and I've been hunting and looking in thrifts for some nice cowboy boots for myself, but I want like real ones, not like fake pretend ones. When I was a teenager, I had a couple of pairs of cowboy boots, and these were my favorite boots to wear with like anything. I would go out with it, I would wear every day. Favorite shoes. So I'm on a hunt, I'm summoning up. You know, every time I want a certain type of pair of shoes, sometimes it takes me like a year to find it in a thrift. Like I wanted a pair of Converse, found it, new pair, but it took me like a year to hunt it down. I wanted like a low-cut Doc Martens. I found it like literally yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so excited about it. I've also been wanting these shoes for like forever, and they cost like $200 to $300, you know, for Doc Martens, and I bought it for like $19, and they were new. Like the back, it was new. Nobody really wore it. Maybe they wore it like to stand in some like, I don't know, in some event, you know, that's about it. So yeah, and you know, it takes time to find the right size, you know, that it's good condition. But now my new little summoning thing that I want is a nice pair of cowboy boots, but I want to thrift it. I don't want to spend a bunch of money neither buying it new or even in the boutiques. Yeah, I like the hunt. I like the thrill of thrifting anyway. So here we go, next item. Okay, so remember the dress, I split it in half. So this little crop top became really cute and sweet. It's like just a very simple, you go with anything, pair of pants, like a little topsy. Also this, so what I did, first I sewed it, and then I realized that it's a little bit too loose and kind of wonky. So I added a little elastic band right on top of the folding, and I just zigzagged it over it while stretching it slightly, and it ruched it up a little bit. So, oh, I'm gonna show how it looks later. I was just gonna put it on. Okay, so what, and because I ruched it up, it can be worn 3 ways. It can be worn as a top this way, as a top that way, and also it can be worn as a skirt with like a beautiful like cutout bits, and it can be worn like on an angle, so you get one thigh out and the other one like covered. So I love that kind of asymmetrical situations happening. So this is another really cute item. So 2 items from 1. Let me show you the white tops and dresses now. Okay, so this dress became 2-piece. I love the top, and the dress, it was still cute as it was, but I feel like you can have a little bit more options of how you're gonna wear it if you split it apart. And this is a really sweet top. I love tops like that, especially with a pair of jeans, and it's cotton and it's just so comfy, perfect for summer. And this little skirt too, you know, even with the cowboy boots or whatever it is that you envision. Yes, and the other dress became a really adorable thing. So And again, it was cute as it was too, but I feel like this, it just has a little bit more exciting potential to mix and match and to do different like looks with it. Again, this kind of top, who doesn't like this kind of top with a pair of jeans? I keep going on about cowboy boots. Whatever boots you want to wear, but just imagine this with a pair of jeans and a cowboy boots. Oh my gosh, love it. And this little skirt, so cute. Total summer vibes with like little Converse or cowboy boots and a little tank top, whatever it is that, however way, even with a t-shirt, so many ways you can wear it, or as a beach cover up. Seriously, these are very simple items that you can play around so much with, and it's light, it's very simple to wear. It has an elastic band on the waist, so you don't have to feel like it has to like really tuck in. You can put it higher up, you can wear it low waist. It's really like easy to maneuver with it. So I love the simple finishings. And my favorite piece of today, really excited. So okay, so this dress, all right, it's no longer a dress, it's now two-piece. It's a skirt and a jacket. So I said I was gonna trim the bottom, but then as I was analyzing it and all the stitches, I realized that this thing comes undone. So I took the liners apart and I sewed the edges to make it like all clean and neat, and I turned it into a jacket that you can literally open it and close. So it's like a top slash summer jacket, or top, you can wear it in winter, seriously, anytime. And I removed shoulder pads, so it has this like a lot more elegant kind of like a flowy vibe here. It also had this insane ruching inside the shoulders to make it really puff out. And I cut these out and I decided to attach it here on these little kind of finishes to give it even more little kind of like ruchiness here on the hips, which brings out a really nice silhouette. And I think this would look so cute with a little black mini skirt or pair of tight pants or even leather pants or pair of jeans. Oh my god, so cute. Also, this can be worn underneath this, and this could be an actual set, kind of like a same idea of like shortening the dress. It's just that this ruchiness would come out a little bit more, and then the skirt would pop out from underneath, so it would still create like that dress look, but not so long as it was, but like a shorter one where you could wear like long boots with it. Oh my god. Also, you can wear it separately too. That's what I love about this. A skirt, the color is so sweet, and the skirt could go with so many things together or apart. And this is definitely gonna go on the rack, even though I would love to keep it, but I've gotta be business wise, and every day I literally wear like pants like this. And I made these pants, by the way. There's a video that I'll tag into this video, so check it out. It's how I made these pants from a dress that I made before. So again, it's 2 upcycles. Yep, and when I go out, I still have plenty of clothes, but when I'm working these things, this is like what I do and what my shop rack is about. So definitely gonna go for a sale. And I'm so excited. Whoever is gonna buy it is gonna be like looking really cool. Okay, I think that's done. I already explained everything. Yeah, and did I? Okay. Yeah, and the way I do the, ooh, I knocked the camera out. The way I do the finishings is really simple. It's literally double fold, and I sew on the top and on the bottom, because that way the finishing looks a lot more neat, and it doesn't like bulk up so much, and it ruches up really nicely. And then I just add an elastic inside. Gorgeous, gorgeous textile. Okay, so Hey guys, so about the jacket that I made in my last video, I was asked to demonstrate more detail of how I cut it and put it together. So I'm gonna show it with a piece of paper because that jacket is no longer with me. So I hope that will clarify some things. So imagine this is the textile. Then what I did, I folded it into one long line. I removed the bottom imperfections, and then the actual textile was too long, so and I needed to split it into half. So what I did was I removed the unnecessary chunk from the middle, and I measured both sides. So let's say this is the unwanted bit. Okay, so now we would have a stitching in the back. Okay, and here is the front. All right, then what I did was I cut out a little bit of a neckline right here, and same thing on the other side. Okay, then I stitched the jacket together right here in the back. Okay, so then this is opened. I completed the finishing of the front, and then when you put it on, it was opening like this. That's where you would get the collars. Okay, and then the back is connected, and all I did here is attach ribbons. So then you kind of pull it together, and here the arms, all I did a straight stitch right here. Okay, so imagine this is stitched, and this is stitched, and you put your arms in here and neck in here, and you just pull this slightly to attach the front together with the ribbon. So of course when it's a textile, it's a lot easier to maneuver than the paper, but basically that's all there is. Here the back is attached, a little bit of a neck cut out. Then these, I mean, if you want to wear it like that, that is also possible. All you need to do is just stitch the sides. But I thought the collar was really nice, and then attach the straps here, and that's it. Stitching here. I hope that makes a little more sense, and let me know, and I hope this clarified it. Also, just to note, if you have the wanted amount of a textile on both ends, you don't have to cut the back part. I cut it out because I wanted the original blanket finishings on the edges of the sleeves. So I cut out from the middle, and I did the stitch at the back. But you don't need to have the stitch in the back if your textile is in the right size already. So you would only need to cut out the front opening and a little bit of the neckline, and then you can fold the sides, and that is it. You can even cut out these sides like that and then sew it, and that's a jacket like this, right? I have shared a couple of other jackets how I made it on other videos, so you can look through my videos and spot one of the shapes that you like on the clothing. Alrighty, so yeah, simple stuff, simple. Enough talking. Let's do the before and after video comparison, one next to each other. So I'm gonna do a little fashion show now, and I gotta do that one with the camera upwards because I don't have enough space to fit my whole tall self into this frame of a camera. So I'm gonna do both videos next to each other. So let's do this. enjoyed the video, please like and comment and subscribe. And I hope you're inspired and having fun with upcycling textiles and your old clothes. Have a lovely week and see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Mwah! Bye!